Good morning, everyone. This is Sue from Sue's Paper Creations. Thank you for tuning in. Today is Monday morning, and I just finished a Facebook Live with my very first Make It Monday Facebook Live with Sue Phillip. So I am starting every Monday to do a card that is quick and easy, a card that you guys can make in probably about 10-15 minutes, and a card that's really easy to repeat. So this is the first week, and for the Facebook Live, it is all my Sue's Paper Creations, and you can find the link below. There was like a few shadows in there, so for the YouTube, I just wanted to quickly do another version so that you guys could see it. But from this point on, I will be on Facebook Live every Monday morning for Make It Monday with Sue Phillip, and I will bring you a quick and easy card. So today I am going to be focusing on a new gorgeous stamp set. It is Winter Woods, and this is from the Holiday Catalogue. It is my favorite out of the Holiday Catalogue. It comes, of course, with some matching framelits. For this card, I'm not going to be using the framelits, but I will show you them in a minute. Instead, I am just doing a very quick and easy beautiful black and white card. So for my first Make It Monday, I wanted to keep it simple. I thought I want to go black and white and show you something that is beautiful, elegant, and easy to make. So I am going to switch you around here with my camera, and we will get started, okay? All right, everyone, so here we go. Like I said, this stamp set Winter Woods has a beautiful set of framelits that coordinates wonderfully with the stamp set. In fact, I've done a lot of cards with this stamp and this tree, but I almost forgot about these gorgeous tree trunks that we have on the side here. And so I really wanted to use those as a focal point with the card with this beautiful stamp. So that's why I'm just doing the stamping today. And I wanted to show you guys something that was really quick and easy. Okay, so for our card today, I am going to be using the Stamparatus. If you don't have a Stamparatus, you can just use, just stamp on a block, and you can move your tree trunk kind of along and stamp them in a pattern yourself. But when I saw the width of these, I thought, I think this will work perfectly with the hinge stamp. So I tried it out, and it is awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the pieces that I need. We're doing a basic white card base, and then I have got, this is what we're going to stamp our tree trunks on, and it measures 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Now the reason why I chose this size is because it is the perfect size for the tree trunks, and I wanted it to cover the whole surface. I didn't want to have any blank spots top or bottom, so I measured out the stamp, and I went with this how tall the stamp was for the piece of paper, so it covered it perfectly. Okay, so that's what that one is. Now for our layers, I brought in a piece of Whisper White that I used the stitch framelits, and this is the largest size in the square. And then I just cut one of our square framelits, our layering square framelits. There's tons of different sizes, so I just picked the size that layered in this stitched framelit perfectly. So they do coordinate, which is awesome. Okay. All right, so let's get started. First thing that I am going to do is I'm going to get out the Stamparatus, and I am going to stamp our gorgeous background. So a couple things that I want to share with you. When I first did this card, I actually did the entire thing with black ink. And even these tree trunks, I stamped in black ink, and I found that it was very, very dark in the background, and I just wanted to lighten it up a little bit, but still stay within the tones of black and white. So I decided to try it in the basic gray, and I love that. Now I will show you the original one with the black and white, and then you guys can decide what you want to do, but I went with the basic gray for this one. Okay, now you can see that I put a stamp underneath this hinged plate, and that's just so that when I go to ink up my stamp, it's at a nice level surface rather than having it slanted. It just makes it easier for inking. To start off my stamping, I always put my piece of paper at 1 inch from each side because I find that that's a really easy place to remember. So if I want to do more than one of this card, then I just have to put down another piece of paper and my stamps will always line up. Okay, if you're doing multiple cards. So I'm going to close this plate here and I'm going to bring up this gorgeous stamp and I'm going to start inking it in the basic gray. So for my, the reason why I chose, a little background for you guys, to do Make It Mondays is because I found out this last summer, well, I've always known it, one of my favorite things to do is always teaching. I love to share and I love to teach what I do, especially with those who have never stamped before, those that I've never met before. I just like to have a way to share. So I have decided that although I do many classes out of my house and out of Green Glade, which is through Panorama Rec here in Victoria, I decided that I wanted to have a way to connect with everyone else out there and be able to share a little something with you guys. So that's why I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick Monday, because who doesn't like to start off their week with something a little bit crafty and something to look forward to on a Monday morning. So I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy my videos on Monday morning for Make It Monday, and we can start our week off crafty together. And it puts me in a great mood for the rest of the Monday, which for some of you, Mondays is always hard. So what I am doing here, you may have noticed this, is I am hinging my stamp over. So to do that, I put the plate at 90 degrees and I just pull it out because that's where you can release it. You have to make sure it's at 90 degrees to pull this plate in and out. And then I just put it over one hinge and I stamp it and then re-ink. And I just continue that process until I've got my whole page covered. So bring it up, hinge it over once. So it is very, very easy to do. And it is one of the unique features of our Stamparatus. So it is very cool. You can make all sorts of patterns. You can fade them in and out by just inking it once and then continuing to stamp it, and you end up with a beautiful ombre effect. There's lots of stuff you can do, and I do have quite a few videos on that. So if you look in the history of my videos there, I've got quite a few on using the Stamparatus, so you can check those out. All right, so there is our basic gray tree trunks all stamped. I am going to show you, this is the black here. So you can just see the difference between the gray and the black. When I stamp the rest of the card, I'll lay down the rest of the card on both backgrounds. So again, you can see the difference and my reasoning why I went with the lighter color. Some people might want the tree trunks to take more of an upfront look in the card, so you might want to go with the black. But I'll show you both of them when they're all put together. So I'm going to take out that beautiful, gorgeous set of trees, and I am going to bring in just my Memento ink. Now for this stamp, it is a very large stamp, but I want you guys to take a look at all your large stamps, because just because a stamp is larger in size doesn't mean that you have to stamp the whole image on a big piece of paper. In fact, I love using my larger stamps to go over smaller pieces of paper, because then it just has a beautiful effect of it going off the edge of the paper. There we go. So I can just stamp that out. You guys will see what I mean in a second. And there you have it. So there is the gorgeous trees. I have stamped it and it has gone over the edge, but I love the look of that, rather than having it framed right in. Okay, so I'm going to layer that on top of my black. Like I said, this is going to be a really quick and simple card that you guys can do in about 10 minutes. And what I'm also going to do, so I want you guys to, I'll put the link below. Tune into my Facebook page tomorrow or the next day. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this card in a version of color. So I thought that might be a really cool thing to do, so that you guys can see what this card would look like if you did the exact same thing using color. So just kind of basically looking through a different filter, a different lens. So I'll do that for you guys, and then I will post that on my Facebook page, which I've got the link below on Sue's Paper Creations, and you guys can see what this will look like in color. So before I place my trees down, I want to bring in the two different colors. So this is the black, and when I put the black and white, although that does look beautiful too with the darker tree trunks, you just notice them a little bit more. They kind of pop out a little bit more out of the background, where this is the gray, which is a little bit more muted, and then it just brings the focal more to the tree. So again, it is preference on what you like. I'll go with the gray one for this, and I'm going to bring in though a little bit of black baker's twine, and I want to tie my tie right about here. So what I tend to do is I put my thumb there, and I have a little enough tail here to tie it, and that way it's a nice reference point. I can wind this around as many times as I want, and then just cut it off, and then I have enough twine in the right spot so that I can tie it. I'm just going to tie that up. There we go. Perfect. So there you have our little ties. I'm going to just separate these a little bit so you can see the twine. Now for this card, I did want a slight pop of color, and with black and white, to me, I always like to pop it out with a bold color. So I chose red. I love red matched with black and white. And for the saying, although the Winter Woods does have a beautiful thinking of you seasons, or thinking of you this season stamp in there, I wanted something a little bit smaller because I wanted it to fit more in with this card, and just basically a saying that you could use for any reason. So I brought in the thinking of you that is in this colorful seasons, and it's just, I love the scripture of it, and that is the stamp I am going with in real red. So I'm going to stamp that just like so, and I think a pop of red is perfect for this. Now we're going to attach our pieces. I'll just bring you in a little bit more as I finish this off so you can see it, and I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Dimensions. Now I don't know about you guys, but I always end up with tons of these pieces all the way around the edge. I never let them go to waste. I just cut them up and use them on my cards. So that's what I'm going to use to go around here, because you don't want to waste those pieces. Those are perfect, and probably just one up here would be good. And then your dimensions last longer. Okay. I'm going to pull that off there. That is going to pop this up off of our tree trunks like so. Now this one here, I am going to be laying across half of a pop surface and half of the background. So I'm going to actually use one Stampin' Dimension on one side, and then I'm going to bring in my snail and add a little bit of adhesive on the other. And that way, when I go to pop this out, it is nice. I'm going to move my twine up a little bit. It is nice and flush with the popped out area. I'm going to hang it over the edge of that white a bit. There we go. So it is flush with that popped up area, but this doesn't stick out too much. Okay. Now to finish this off, because I wanted a little something something, I am bringing in something white. So I've got a larger white pearl that I'm going to add just as a little embellishment for this card. And there you have it. There is my beautiful, quick and easy black and white Winter Woods Make It Monday with Sue Phillip card. It's a bit of a mouthful, hey? I hope you guys like that. I hope you enjoyed that quick and easy card. If you happen to have any questions, please contact me. If you happen to share this YouTube video, just mark shared in it. If you happen to comment, your name will go into a draw. I'm going to do a draw every Monday from the previous week, and I will be giving away a package of the metallic pearls, which is silver and gold, but you do have to make sure that comment is in within the next 48 hours here on YouTube, just so that I can track everything and get everybody's name in. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. If there's anything that you saw in the video, any products that you'd like to purchase, you can head to my online store through my website, and I'll put the link below as well. This is my current host code, and I have just finished making up my little packages here. These are all 6x6 packages of DSP, so there's 6 sheets in there, so it's a sampling of different DSP packs that we have got, and one of those will go in the mail to anyone who places an order that is $50 or above using the host code. So if you happen to place an order that's larger than $200, I don't want you to use this host code. Of course, I want you to get the Stampin' Rewards yourself, but I will still, just so you know, I will still mail you off one of these packages of DSP as a thank you for your order. But if you are under $200, you do have to use that host code to get one of those packages in the mail. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you next Monday, probably sometime in between with another little card. But remember that I will be posting this on my Facebook page, and I will be posting it in a color version coming up in the next couple of days. So you might want to check that out and follow me on Facebook, and then you won't miss the fall, beautiful fall color version of this card. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for stopping in. See you next time.